Hey there guys, what is going on? Apparently they broke Captain Price's eyes again, which is absolutely hilarious. I thought they fixed that. I mean, they did fix that a little while ago, and then apparently they just broke it again for no reason. As I was leveling up the weapons in Season 6, I found somebody running around with a Damascus FiNN LMG, and I'm like, how do you build it like that? He absolutely destroyed me. So we went and re-engineered his class setup. We found it on the ground. We looked at all the attachments and stuff like that, and we've put it together here today. So some random's class setup was better than the one I was working with, and it is absolutely fantastic here. Just before we do get into talking about our FiNN LMG class here, let's try and get this one to 22 likes. I know the support from all of you guys has continued to be absolutely fantastic recently, but we've been a little bit slacking on those like goals. So if we can get 22 likes, I'll have more class setups for you guys by the end of this week. Anyway, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not already done so. I do very much appreciate it. And let's just jump straight into our class here. So everybody knows that the FiNN LMG is an absolute banger in this game, but it's kind of difficult to find a correct class setup for it because it does sort of change and depend on how you actually want to play the game. It's also twitching on my screen right now. I'm looking at that Twitch. It's not supposed to be like that. Anyway, we'll start off with our Kimbo X16s here, of course. Really all we're after is a very powerful close range weapon. If somebody does pull up on us too close, we pull out our sidearm pistols with the monolithic suppressor, the Stingard Arms Advantage barrel, the 5mm laser, the lightweight trigger, and of course the Akimbo perk. Basically, if somebody does get too close, we pull out our Akimbo pistols and fire as many shots as we can until they die. Then we move to our perks. This is a very standard setup of EOD, Ghost, and Tracker here. These are very, very standard on the channel. You've probably seen these before if you have seen any of my class setups previously. The C4 is terrible now, like it's real bad. You just chuck it and it just doesn't go anywhere. So the Semtex is always going to be a better option. Then we move to that Stim Shot because getting an extra chance per life is really nice here. If you've ever tried to re-engineer someone's class setup that you found on the ground and it was a little bit of a trouble, like, I mean, it just takes some time, practice learning what attachments looks like for various weapons and stuff like that, but this is what this man had and it absolutely banged. Very little recoil with the FiNN LMG makes it a very powerful weapon. You get a 3 to 4 shot kill with very high fire rate. I think it's 1,000 rounds per minute in this game, and that's absolutely built for speed. So starting off with that compensator, this is not an attachment that we've looked at previously on this weapon, but being able to control that recoil a little bit more. The muzzle brake would also be a fantastic attachment for this with that horizontal recoil control as well. So you can pretty much choose whatever you do like the look of here. Sometimes horizontals are more important, and then sometimes vertical recoil is more important. Then we move to the real star of the show, the factory adverse barrel, giving us that increase to our fire rate while reducing our damage range and our recoil control. This is sort of what we have to claim back from the recoil control demons, but we get that fast fire rate of 1,000 rounds a minute, which is a really nice trade-off for having such a powerful weapon. This is what we're after, really. Then we move to the no stock, basically getting that movement speed and aim down sight speed is really important because we can't get like a stipple grip tape or anything like that with this weapon, which is super interesting, but movement speed, aim down sight speed for LMGs is always going to be a fantastic option. And yes, the XRK chainsaw is still bad. Then Sleight of Hand. This is a little bit hard to detect on his actual class setup because Sleight of Hand doesn't show up on any of the class setups, like you can't see it. So it's one of those things that you have to sort of test and work out on your own. So Sleight of Hand is always going to be a bonus for most LMGs reloading faster. I believe it has about a 7 to 8 second reload normally, and this takes it down to about 6 seconds, which is really nice here. And lastly, the Commando foregrip as well. Being able to control that recoil with this particular weapon is really nice here without reducing our aim down sight speed too much is quite nice, as the Merc foregrip does a good job with this, but does reduce our aim down sight speed, which is not what we're after here. So we're going to jump into some gameplay here with this particular FiNN LMG class. Again, it's always difficult to find class setters for these particular weapons, but this one I really do like here, and we basically just stole it from some guy on the internet, which was really nice. So if you get absolutely dominated by somebody's class setup and you want to test it out for yourself, basically all you have to do is pick it up off the ground, look in the bottom right, and it'll show off some of the attachments that you've got. And then basically all you have to do is rework it out from there and build it for yourself. What you do is you go into the creator class thing in-game and you just sort of make your class here look like the one that they've used, so that's really all it is. It's all it is, and that's how we get some of the best class setups in the game. Basically just by stealing them from people, which is really nice here. It's weird how there's sometimes helicopter sounds and there's no helicopters that would already be in the game, but I mean, you know, this game's got problems. This game's got problems sometimes, so, I mean, we actually can't do anything here, which is hilarious. Because this map is very aggressive at sort of getting spawn trapped, and I mean, that is 100% what this map is about. Getting spawn trapped is really difficult on this weapon, or this map rather. But you can see, once you start getting those bullets down range, I mean, the 1,000 rounds per minute fire rate takes over. You absolutely shred people, but I mean, we're not having a very good game here, so we'll do our best to try and pull this back. And there's only one person left alive on their team, and he should be near the middle somewhere, probably over there. Alright, so they should be spawning back here. Which they didn't. They probably spawned down the other end. Alright, we'll move to the right-hand side of the map. They're definitely going to be coming from this way. Yep. Pretty easy to control the recoil. Pretty easy to control the recoil with this particular weapon. It's not easy to control my speech. But if somebody is using an LMG, obviously you can't tell that they're using sleight of hand straight away, so it does take a little bit of testing and working out to determine what their 5th attachment is, but it's probably sleight of hand. I'm going to come around the side here, try and pick people off. Alright, if we just lay down here, we should be okay. And by that I mean very bad positioning. Apparently I'm getting skill-based matchmaking here after absolutely dominating my last couple of games. I'm being punished for being good at the game, and they put me in a lobby with people who are actually okay at the game rather than actual bots. But that's okay. Like, a little bit of challenge is always good in these games. Like, you don't just want to stomp every single person you come across. So we personally are doing okay. Like, we're performing at an acceptable level here, but somebody is absolutely dominating in this game right now, which, I mean, is obviously not ideal for this particular style of gameplay video, but this is what you guys are coming across a lot of the time. Like, you are typically running yourselves into games where, I mean, you're playing people who are better than you, or you're playing people who are on the same level as you, which makes for a bad game experience. Like, when there's nobody that you can kill, I mean, of course it's going to feel bad, but I mean, it is what it is. You got to deal with it sometimes. If you can go, like, at least positive in those games, you'll have at least done your job, and then you can at least say you did okay. Like, that's all you're after, really. You don't just want to absolutely stomp people every... That was a bit strange. Calling that UAV to take advantage of people continuously walking towards us in this particular game mode, because that's what it is. Like, people just run towards you, like, for the entire game. So we just got to be ready for that. No. Oh, come on, man. Come on, man. We're getting absolutely dominated by these kill streaks. It's so bad. And I'm only one man. We can only do what we can do here. Okay, the kill streaks are still burning us away, and we're still getting absolutely murked on this map, but we're putting up an okay fight. Like, we're personally doing fine. Everybody else is struggling because of the kill streak, so that's... I mean, it is what it is. We got to work out a way to get through this game. And that essentially involves getting onto the point and never moving. I mean, that dude was getting absolutely peppered. It's hard sometimes. It is very difficult sometimes. And a lot of the time you won't see this in Call of Duty YouTube videos. You won't see bad games. Like, you won't see bad games where people are getting dominated just because... I mean, a lot of people use the kill-based matchmaking, or the skill-based matchmaking, rather, to their advantage, and they basically just sort of come up against people who are way, way worse than them. So this is, I just wanted to show that off. Like, I wanted to show off that kind of experience. If you do see a very, very good gameplay on my channel, just know that I've not worked any harder or anything out of the ordinary to try and get that. I also get bad games that are very, very difficult, so... It happens to everyone. This is how the game goes. It's a little bit unfortunate as a result of that sort of skill-based matchmaking component of this game, but, I mean, it is what it is. You got to deal with it sometimes. That's how the game goes. And a lot of the time it is not indicative of the quality of class setup that you've got or anything like that. It really is just... I mean, you're playing people who are as good as you or even better, which... That can be difficult sometimes. That is... It can be difficult. This is basically how it is. I just wanted to let you guys know that sometimes videos that I post do have good gameplays in them, and they're not sort of scuffed in any way or anything like that with like skill-based matchmaking shenanigans or anything. Sometimes I have bad games too. Sometimes games like this happen to me, and that is okay. I mean, this dude's got 80 kills and I've got 40. He's putting on a real show for the boys here. We are trying though. We are trying our best here. It's not like we're not actually trying here, so... How is he just allowed to do that? Like... on, don't kill me. And yeah, that is an L for the boys there. I mean, that guy got 84 kills, that guy got 75. We got 43, which is okay, but I mean, we didn't get any streaks going or anything like that. And this guy absolutely dominated. Like, this was pretty unreal, so it is what it is sometimes. That's how it goes. Anyway, guys, that wasn't the best indication of what this FiNN LMG class can do, as we were getting constantly peppered by a lot of people in that game. But I mean, I just wanted to show off that I get those games too. I get those games where it feels like nothing goes right. Nobody on your team's actually helping. You're the only one doing anything. It happens. That's how it goes. But this particular class setup with the fast fire rate, that decent to control recoil, that good movement speed, decent aim down sight speed, the FiNN LMG is an absolute banger, and I really do enjoy using it in this game. Anyway, guys, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you have not already done so. The FiNN LMG is a fantastic weapon in this game, and I hope you did enjoy watching this particular video. Thank you very much for watching, as I said already, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!